Do you want to know what a coward looks like? We already know what a predator looks like. We already know what a man who hurts women looks like. We already know what a rapist looks like. We already know what a lot of things look like, right? But this is what a coward looks like. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, you know, the guy who assaulted multiple women and had to, pay them to try and keep them quiet, has revoked Mark Milley's security clearance detail and security clearance, evidently. Mark Milley, the general who wanted to just retire and live out his life after speaking out, is now planning on demoting the general and has ordered the removal of all the Pentagon's portraits of General Mark Milley, trying to humiliate him. And he's also trying to get some kind of investigation into General Mark Milley. Let's be perfectly clear. Pete Hegseth is a coward who cannot shine General Mark Milley's boots, cannot shine his loafers, is not the dog that is allowed to fetch General Mark Milley's loafers. Trump is not even the dog who can fetch General Mark Milley's loafers. They're cowards. They are cowards. They do not like when people stand up to them. They do not like when people say something is not right, something is wrong. General Mark Milley stood up and said, "This is not okay." He told Trump no a few times. Oh my God. And then when Trump aided in inciting an insurrection, General Mark Milley stood up and said, "No, that's not all right. That's not okay. That is not presidential." And he told the truth about the things Trump said and did. And Trump is not man enough to take responsibility for any of his own actions. You see, felon Trump doesn't like to take responsibility for anything. But you can't let General Mark Milley just retire. Of course not. And removing his security detail. The man still gets death threats daily because of the Trump cultists who for some reason think English, take two. Think the sun rises and sets on Trump's behind when he wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. You want to know what a real American hero looks like? It's definitely closer to General Mark Milley than it is to our current sitting regime. Someone who will take responsibility for his mistakes, say, "I may not have always made the right decisions. I'm human. I screw up. But at least take responsibility for them." Am I saying the man is perfect? No. Don't think that at all. Don't know the man personally, but at least he stood up and said, "This is wrong. I'm not going to just sit back and let an insurrectionist go forth and try and become the president again." But, he thought that by telling the truth, the American people would be smart enough to not let the giant Cheeto, the wannabe mustache man, near the White House again. But he had more faith in the American people. That was his mistake, I guess. Pete Hegseth is a coward. So is his boss. But, you're disgusting. You're revolting. And, can't even let the man retire. It's not bad enough. All the things that you want to put the American people through. No. Now, let's just keep adding insult to injury. Let's just keep piling it on. Prove more and more how much you hate people in the military. You insecure, insignificant, little